And I sat there for 15 minutes. I sat there for half an hour. I sat there for 45 minutes. In the Himalayas, it doesn't really matter. You don't have a lot to do, from one day to another. There are no phone calls to make. So 45 minutes, an hour and a quarter. And what I did was what we all do when we come to a place in our lives where the bridge is down. You look at the bridge so intensely that you hope, simply by looking at it hard enough, it will spontaneously repair itself. And you walk across easily in full glory. But of course the bridge refused to repair itself. And I was just about to pick up my bag and go. And suddenly along the path coming up on my side was this little old Tibetan lady, and she was carrying a big dung basket. And she was picking up dung from the floor, dried yak dung. There's very little fuel up there, 10 or 11,000 feet in the mountains. And so they yak dung, any kind of dung, is incredibly precious. They use it for cooking all the time. And one of the tasks of the older people is to go around, older and younger people, with these big dung baskets, big wide-mouthed dung baskets, and they throw it over their shoulders in there as they go. She was Humpty-Dumptying up the trail, throwing these things in. And she had a lovely face on her, just marvelous, wonderful, wizened, kind, marvelous face. And as she got near me, I was picking up my bag to go, and I was going to go back down the trail. I was not going across this bridge. I was going to go back, and I'd go a couple of days round, and I'd meet these people somewhere else. And in the Himalayas, everyone namastes on the trail. And you say namaste, which means I greet the God in you. I greet the God in you. I greet what is divine in you. Namaste. And everyone you pass, you say namaste. And so she came up, and she was so intent on her dung gathering that the first sight she caught of me with these big Western boots. In the East, people have much smaller feet than we do. So she saw these huge boots, and she burst out into this huge smile. And she looked up at me, and then she bowed like this, namaste. And so I bowed back, namaste. And before I could lift my head up again, she just went straight across the bridge. And without thinking, I picked up my bag and I went straight after her. And I realized, there are times in your life where the hero has to sit down. The waxing part of yourself. Some bridges you come to in life. The part of you that does it all the time has to sit down. And the part that limps across is the part that takes you across the bridge. The part of you that you thought wasn't any good, that was going downhill, couldn't do it anymore. I have this description in the poem. I have the poem about this occurrence. I inclined my head and clasped my hands to reply, but before I could look up, she turned her lined face and went straight across that shivering chaos of wood and broken steel in one movement. One day the hero sits down, afraid to take another step, and the old interior angel limps slowly in with her no-nonsense compassion and her old secret and goes ahead. Namaste, you say, and follow. One day the hero sits down, afraid to take another step, and the old interior angel limps slowly in with her no-nonsense compassion and her old secret and goes ahead. Namaste, you say, and follow. See, this is what I think Beowulf had to go down into the lake. He had developed the older, wiser, feminine side of him, and he could let her go down into the lake because it was so terrifying to the upper, light-filled male consciousness. It's the only way he would get down. And so somewhere at the lake edge, his interior, youthful, masculine hero sits down. And another kind of timeless innocence allows him to go down into the lake.